Well, guys, man, seems like Stephen A. Smith then turned his back on Shannon Sharpe. Their friendship is done. Shannon Sharpe released a statement that he'll be stepping away from ESPN's First Take, and Stephen A. Smith can't even save him. And we're going to unpack all that here next, here, Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, things are just getting worse for Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Shay Shay. It seems like his empire is now come crumbling down. Everything that Shannon Sharpe has built up now is in a standstill. It's on hold. We know Shannon Sharpe was in the midst of a negotiation of $100 million contract. And Shannon Sharpe has done some things, man, that has come to light. But I've always said, and I've told people, Shannon Sharpe ain't just now been doing this stuff. Shannon Sharpe been doing this stuff for a long time. And now it's just coming out to the forefront. Now, Shannon Sharpe got himself in hot water, 4 or 5 months back because of an Instagram Live. And I've been telling people, Shannon Sharpe calculated that move right there because his sexuality was in question. And he wanted to prove to everybody that he was a heterosexual male. So what did he do? He goes Instagram Live. There's no way that he accidentally went Instagram Live. And he just put a claim out there to prove people that, he was into women. And Shannon Sharpe is basically just a freak. And now it's just coming to the forefront. But these latest accusations on Shannon Sharpe, it is damning. It's ruining his reputation. And this is things that, man, he got to tread lightly now. He got to overcome everything that's been thrown at him through these accusations from these accusers, allegedly. So Shannon Sharpe right now has a decision to make. And Stephen A. Smith, and the news broke, Stephen A. Smith, he was on his show talking about he is the executive producer, but this is out of his hands. Now, you was the one that vouched for Shannon Sharpe to come on ESPN First Take after he was let go by Fox. And you pulled all the strings to get him in. And now that you see your boy is drowning, you're turning your back on him. You can't even save him. But you had pull and you had the say when you brought him into ESPN. But now he's on hook, line, and sinker, and you can't save him. So everything that Stephen A. Smith be saying sometimes, I tell you guys, man, you got to be careful on what Stephen A. Smith says and things to believe, because we know through the whole ordeal with him and LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith got exposed for a lot of things. Now, I've always said that, when you are a star like Stephen A. Smith and you bringing on another alpha male like Shannon Sharpe, heads are going to clash. Shannon Sharpe, to a lot of people is a top dog. He's bringing a lot of viewership to ESPN. But Shannon Sharpe got himself in a bad situation. And, Stephen A. Smith just recently signed him a $100 million deal. And Shannon Sharpe was on the verge of signing a $100 million deal. And then this bombshell report comes out of a young lady. They say she was 19 at the time, putting these accusations out there against Shannon Sharpe, and it's not looking good. Now, we did a show about, the audio that was released. We don't have to get off into that. It's all well documented. It's all over social media. But at this point, Stephen A. Smith has turned his back on Shannon Sharpe, and he can't even throw him a lifeline. So Shannon Sharpe has basically had a decision to make, and Shannon Sharpe has stepped away from ESPN, saying that he's going to resume his duties when the NFL preseason kicks off. We don't know if that's going to take place. I think what this move is, what Shannon is doing is like, I'll step away before y'all fire me. And Stephen A. Smith has no pull. The way Stephen A. Smith makes y'all think that he has pull at ESPN, I don't think Stephen A. Smith got the clout that he think he got. Because in this situation, I know this is some serious accusations, but you're always innocent until proven guilty. This is not a criminal case. This is a civil suit where somebody's trying to get $50 million from Shannon Sharpe. And I want y'all to take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith said when the whole bombshell report came out about Shannon Sharpe and his alleged accuser on everything that has been recorded, everything that's been out there, the audio that TMZ released. But I want you guys to listen to what Stephen A. Smith said. Basically, Stephen A. Smith said, "You on your own, buddy." So let's take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith said. But before we get off into that, right now I'm at 17,217 subscribers, on my way to 18,000. And if you're brand new to the platform, brand new to this channel, and you're just now coming across any of my videos, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And we do appreciate your support. Now let's take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith said when the bombshell report came out.
I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN. I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN. But I'm not the boss. Those are other folks. There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously, and we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that is all he said.
Stephen Canning.
And I can mention his name because I received his permission to say that. I don't know what that means.
Stephen A. Smith can't even help Shannon Sharpe. Turned his back on him. Now let's look at these statements that Shannon Sharpe has made, letting people know that he has stepped away from ESPN and First Take. But let's look at this report that was put out there about Fox. This is exclusive. Shannon Sharpe was accused of choking a female co-worker at Fox in a previous unreported incident, sources told Sports Rappaport. Sharpe's lawyers confirmed to FOS that an incident happened and say it was resolved by Fox. Sharpe denies that it was choking. So Shannon Sharpe is into choking people. I mean, I think Shannon Sharpe is just the biggest freak out there, and he's loved choking people, role play, and some of the women that he chooses love to be choked. And that's what it is. But let's get off into the statement that Shannon Sharpe released, because there's layers to this about him stepping away from ESPN. He said, "My statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues. Shannon Sharpe. Now that right there, that just leads me to believe that Shannon Sharpe has been put in a pickle where he had to make a business decision to step away before ESPN released him of all his duties. It's unfortunate. You put yourself in these situations and things come to light. But I've always said, Shannon Sharpe been doing these things for the longest, man. I just think he's the type of person that loves being recorded, loves being the aggressor, loves talking shit to these women. And this time, somebody outsmarted Shannon and everything has surfaced. It's not a good look for Shannon Sharpe. Hope for the best. But when you put yourself in these kind of situations, you got to deal with the consequences. And the crazy thing about it is, Shannon, you know better, man. 19 years old, man, she is younger than your children. That's a bad look, Shannon. You know, just because you so boisterous and you macho and stuff like that, you ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. And that was your downfall. You trying to prove to everybody that you're a heterosexual male, and you just got exposed, man. I mean, now she's trying to get you for $50 million. You tried to pay $10 million. She didn't want that because you probably told her that you was in negotiations for a $100 million contract. Now she wants half of that. And you can't even sign the $100 million contract. Hopefully you can clear your name, but it looks bad on your reputation. Hopefully you can get it cleared. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.